Ambition is powerful. It drives effort. It builds momentum. It can carry a person through years of difficulty. But ambition has more than one source. One source is desire. The other is comparison. Comparison spreads through modern life. You see someone further ahead, more recognized, more accomplished, more admired. And then your direction begins to shift. Goals appear that feel impressive, milestones that signal success, benchmarks that promise validation. Discipline increases, progress becomes visible, and the climb begins. Comparison can produce extraordinary effort, but comparison cannot produce stability, because comparison never finishes its sentence. Every level reveals another person ahead, another achievement to pursue, another signal of success to chase. Progress continues to increase while satisfaction stays unsettled. And over time, the work begins to feel strangely detached from you. You're moving forward, but the movement no longer feels personal. This is where exhaustion changes shape. Not physical exhaustion, something deeper. The fatigue that comes from building a life that doesn't fully belong to you. Discipline can create motion, but discipline pointed in the wrong direction still leads away from yourself. And then something happens that interrupts the climb. You encounter someone living differently. They're not chasing the same signals. They're not measuring themselves against the same ladder. Yet something about them feels steady, present. There's no urgency to impress, no tension in their effort. Their work seems to carry life inside it. They're calm in a way comparison never allows. And that contrast creates a difficult realization. Recognition. You begin to sense they are living inside a life that actually belongs to them. And then a question begins to surface. Whose direction have I been following? Comparison can carry a person very far, but it can't tell you who you are. That's why meaning matters. Meaning does something comparison cannot. It stabilizes effort. Work connected to meaning can still be demanding, but it no longer feels hollow. It expands you instead of draining you. This is why joy matters more than people realize. Joy is not childish. Joy is directional. It reveals where effort becomes sustainable, where work stops feeling like performance and begins to feel like participation. There's a warning about this in the Gospel of Mark. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? The warning is not about achievement. It's about misdirected achievement. A person can gain everything comparison promised, status, recognition, influence, and still drift away from the life they were meant to live. Reorientation begins with a different question. Not what will impress people, but what kind of effort actually brings life into me? Meaning doesn't remove difficulty, it removes resentment. The work becomes demanding, yet it remains alive. You can spend years climbing, years building momentum, proving your capability, but eventually a question becomes unavoidable. Is the ladder leaning against the right wall? Because reaching the top of the wrong ladder produces a particular kind of grief, not from failure, but from realizing that the life that might have been yours never had the chance to form. And that moment of honesty changes something, because the exhaustion many people feel is not the result of effort. It's the result of misalignment. And recognizing that truth is where reorientation becomes possible.